Hey y'all, TGIF, how's everybody doing this morning? Well, I just want to come on real fast to talk about, hey Ollie Bowes, I want to come on this morning and talk about a couple of things that I have been, hey Deanna, I am glad you're here. Uh, talk about a couple of things that I've been noticing around the street. Uh, very interesting and not very interesting all at the same darn time. The first thing I want to talk about is can y'all, Ollie, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Deanna? First thing that I'm just gonna get right into it, honey, because I don't understand. Well, I understand what's going on. I just don't. Uh, there's a phrase that go, "You never dance with the devil in the pale moonlight," and I see a lot of people doing that. But thank you, Deanna. But your vibe truly attracts your tribe, okay? And when you are over there entertaining a cat piss crazy demon, you are dancing with the devil. Now, I thought that the demon was blacked out, but the demon is trying to come back on the back of Ness, right? On the back of Ness, trying to call herself trying to line up people, trying to rewrite history when as it pertains to YouTube. And the reason why she's getting away with it is because there are a lot of new people over here. Uh, me, when I came over here, the demon was in full effect, and I don't know a lot of the history, but I decided to do some research. And one thing I don't understand is while you over there talking about old beef sector history, why is it that you never talk about the nonsense, the dirty stuff that you used to do? Okay. Now we know that in the beef sector, people have real beef. A lot of the old people have real beefs, and Deanna can vouch for that, right? Now, one thing is, um, I listened to a little bit of the demons, what she had to say today, and you telling everybody business but yours, okay? You trying to big up people, you trying to do everything you can to get back over here, but the real beef sector people are blacking your janky butt out, okay? Still, hey, just coming on. Hey, just Andrea. Hey, L7, Proud Grandma, Kim, for good and evil. She is absolutely Legion, okay? And she's Legion. And those ones over there that staunchly support her. Now you got some people that dip in and out, but then she always got legions because when it comes to Legion, a legion of demons, y'all, for good and evil is telling the truth, they will always flock to the most destructive demon, okay? And that's what's going on, right? And so demon is so desperate. That demon, that cat piss crazy demon, VS, is so desperate to get back in this group and on this side over here and start doing what she used to do. That's why she can't get over the past. That's why she try to rewrite history, right? What she wants to do when I say rewrite history or rework history is she wants to edit out all the destruction and mayhem that she caused, right? Now you can say whatever you want to say about whoever you got to say about over here when it comes to history. That demon right there caused a lot of trauma, right? Now you over there big up and shine and throwing James Caldwell name in it, talking about something. I don't know who was first, and I don't know who this, that, and the other. That is you trying to get them to talk about you. Don't you know Sean Bradley not gonna fool with you no more, girl? But the thing is that you're not talking about why Sean Bradley won't fool with you no more. Okay? Why don't you tell that part? You said you said Several Stars used to be a heavy hitter, right? Why don't you talk about, what you did concerning her, but then you brought up her and her family, but you didn't bring up the fact that you the one that brought it out. Can y'all please hit the like button? Thank you. You don't want to talk about that. You want to rework history. Okay, now I wasn't over here. Now she is right, and also Treasure Lane is right. I dip in and out. The reason why I dip in and out is because I ain't got time to sit around and be a singular minded person. The way you get invested in things of this nature, especially when you're dealing with demons and people that are mentally ill, is you become invested. If I feel like if I gotta become invested in a situation, I'm gonna dip and go through other sectors. Okay, I'm not singular. Okay, you got to move around. This YouTube app is got millions and millions and millions of videos and content that you can talk about, right? So when y'all see me over here, I'm being lazy because I know if I want to, you know, further myself in whatever it is, she spent a lot of time talking about numbers and money and all of this and all that. What people don't realize, hey, view, is that is not her motivation at the end of the day. Okay, for some reason, she really thinks she runs something, right? She really thinks she can dictate what people do on this side of YouTube and in this sector, right? But now you feel like you got a little, you know, stuck your little demonic finger back in the sector, and you want to come back and immediately start thinking you running something. That's what you want to do. You're a whole weirdo. You're a whole weirdo, and you ought to be shaming yourself because you don't want to tell these new people all the weirdo stuff that you used to do and all the weirdo stuff that you want to continue to do. Like, let's talk about Sean Bradley, right? It don't matter how long you say, how much you say Sean Bradley's name, he is never going to fool with you again. That man tried to take you to court. You was too scared to open the door. You can even call the police on the process server. You ran that man down. Thank you, Tropical Punch. And I just skipped over the Rob interview, okay? But we gonna work our way back to that, right? Thank you, Tropical. Let me put it up here as a matter of fact, so I won't forget to talk about the man's interview. You ran that man behind the walls of Patreon because you wouldn't get off his butt. You tried to destroy his life. You try to take away his job, his source of income, right? You try to do all of that. You a whole weirdo. You had you a whole legion of demons over there that used from our walks of life that used to work behind the scenes. I mean, they had to be diligent. Did you know how invested you got to be to find out what happened with Seven Stars family when she was just a child? And then you brought it to YouTube and beat the girl down with it. Okay, that's what you did. Then you brought her uncle on here interviewing her uncle. He said all types of weird stuff about her. You did that. You did that. But the thing what you don't realize is time marches on. Hey, Nikki, baby. Time marches on. You living in the past, and things ain't never gonna be the way they used to be. Because this circle of the beef sector really ain't into all that drama. They're really not into they don't have time to do all types of research on people's actual lives. Hmm. Yeah, you're right, Deanna, because that's madness. That's insane. Like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers, Deanna, they are a part of Legion. And she is a part of Legion. They always gonna circle back around to that head demon. They always gonna circle back around to it, Deanna. Because remember, before she bit Seven Stars' head off, her and Seven was cool for a little quick minute, but she turned on everybody, right? Just like she riding on Ness coattail right now. As soon as she get what she feel like she need to be, she gonna bite Ness's head off too. Cause you don't entertain demons. Hey, Journey. Hey, Nashay. You don't entertain demons. Okay? But I don't understand Deanna why she think that Sean Bradley and I know, you know what I mean, like Deanna, she got a real beef with like Sean Bradley and whoever else she don't like. But even Deanna got to admit that Sean Bradley will never f with her no more. Never. That's been licking butt. Deanna, I remember when she used. Do you remember Deanna or am I crazy? When I think Ness she when she came back on here or long time ago, you know it'd be so much going on, y'all. Did she show some kind of email from Ness or something like that? And she was trying to, because she like, hey, allegedly, and Stephanie D, she like to humiliate people. Linda G, hate everybody, and she showed some kind of email or emails that Ness was supposedly or allegedly writing to her, so really, from something like that happening, she's been licking butt for a long time, licking that demon's butt for a long time. Okay. you know so yeah. Mm. Oh wow, Deanna. So Deanna, do you think that he would ever fool with her again? Saying that SB tie. Yeah, I remember they tried to get her to the show, but I just figured they tried to get her over there to the show, by way of some kind of setup or something. Because to me, Sean Bradley really wanted to do something to her, in my opinion. You know, so I figured that's why they wanted to get there. She not stupid. She too much of a punk to have even entertained showing up for that show thing. You know. But really, Biggie Face, she ain't cool with nobody. She can never say that she cool with Sean Bradley when she the one start calling him Gacy. She the one put that jacket on his back, calling him Gacy. She did that. And that really, like it, that aged that man about 10 years. Why would he ever actually entertain her again? You know, like he still go back and forth now. When it comes to real beefs, now this is just from my viewpoint, y'all, right? This is just my observation. But take for instance Sean Bradley and Jay Wilson, right? Sean Bradley and Jay Wilson, for whatever reason, like to pick with each other. Sean Bradley likes to one up Jay Wilson. Now we know what just happened on Cruisegate, right? That's why Ty said, "Oh, that's what Ty said," but I don't trust none of them. I know you don't trust none of them, Deanna. You know better. You know I'm up close and personal as opposed to me. You know what I mean? I'm a nomad for a reason. I'm a watcher. I just sit back and I watch and I do my commentary and I instigate and I be messy, but never would I ever get close to any of them because there's something wrong with them. You know. And so yeah, but what was I getting ready to say? Yeah, like take Sean Bradley and Sean Bradley and Jay Wilson. They've been going back for years, right? But they always go back and forth with each other. The reason why Sean Bradley and Jay Wilson can go back and forth with each other, you know what I mean, is because they are not as destructive as that demon, right? We know that Sean Bradley just went on Cruisegate, right? I mean, he went to mess up Jay Wilson's time. That ain't the first time Sean Bradley done something like that. Yeah, now she was telling the truth when she said that Jay Wilson bought Tracy out from behind the shadows because Tracy used to call herself the queen of the trolls or something like that. And then up pops her on in Jay Wilson's house, I believe, one day. That's how Tracy came out, you know. So Jay Wilson brought Tracy out of the shadows. But Sean Bradley, being messy with Jay Wilson, figured he would one up Jay Wilson and made Tracy choose between him and Jay Wilson. And Tracy chose, do you remember that? Tracy chose SB, right? And so that's one example of Sean Bradley, in my opinion, trying to one up Jay Wilson. Now I don't really know why they feel like they got to one up one another, but that is what it is. Okay, you know what I mean. But as far as that cat piss crazy demon go, Bradley would never mess with her again. Who wants to go through all that trauma involving their real life? That shit is weird to me. And that's her only, then when she do stuff like that, that demon, the devil don't want to do nothing but come and steal, kill, and destroy, right? And that demon really gets off on something like that. Like she really does. She get off on this stuff. And that's what she want to, hey Lexi, that's what she want to come back over here and do, truth be told. So, like I said, she feel like she riding the back off of Ness now, talking about, and then she really don't even like nobody. She even really was trying to usurp Ness's costume costume contest, in my opinion, because she went back on her channel, and even while she was on Nessa's panel, she was being the what people were saying that she was trying to be, the Simon Cowell, on the panel right there. She was being the meanest and most derogatory person on the panel over there. Okay. Because there are a lot of people that like stuff like that. Now I dropped my link in case anybody got something they want to say. Feel free to come hit the link. Like you over there talking about Kwani, and before I logged on, Kwani did a video talking about you because you called Kwani the slut of the sector. If Kwani is the slut of the sector, then we know that you are the head demon of the sector. Okay? Nobody is more demonic of you. You don't want to talk about the ratchet stuff that you did, VS. Okay? Kwani brought up DC Gate. You did the most nasty, ratchet thing you could do for content. You made QI think that y'all was going to have a relationship. And was you really licking on bloody puss from QI? Because if it's a lie, you told it. You even talked about the girl's dildo. Let's keep it a buck. Said she brought a used dildo. A nothing but a disgusting ass demon. Nothing but a piece of trash. That's all. That's all. A disgusting ass demon. And now you want to tiptoe your black ass over here, back over here, with your coon ass. Okay? And I thought these motherfuckers had blacked you out. But some of them so simple and so basic that they falling for your okie doke. Okay? Just like you want to make why would you even go after Miss O? Like for what? What did she go after Miss O for, y'all? Can y'all tell me that? Because I missed that. That's right, Nashay. I can't stand her. I can't stand her persona because I don't know none of these people for real. But if you associate yourself with her, then it's something. Then you are a part of Legion. Okay. Like she was over there talking about Brianna. Now, when she said what is his name, Jay Wilson, bought Tracy out from behind the shadows, introduced Tracy to the sector. She did the same thing for Brianna. Brianna used a lot of her plays while she over there trying to act like she ignored that lady and all of this and all that. All that Brianna learned, she learned from VS. Because they all demons. At the end of the day. You see how people like to rehab their history? And while you was over there, VS, talking about history, why was you trying not to talk about Nika? Because from what I heard, Nika is the one that brought Sean and James Caldwell, aka Mother, together. Yeah, with the left eye. TMO was trash anyway, but she was on piece of panel dragging I guess VS with the left eye. Oh, is that why she came at is that Biggie? Is that why she came at what is her name of TMO and start calling her greasy and stuff? Because she was over there dragging them. And is it true that she said she was gonna put paperwork on Demetra, for God's sake, just because Demetra was talking? It's ridiculous. Now all of a sudden Brianna is big and child, okay. When she was with VS, she wouldn't open her mouth. VS used to use. She used Brianna. As she used to use Brianna was when she wanted to get different channel to go on and talk her mess and all of this and all that. Then she would have Deanna fire up alive, and she would hit Brianna's link. I'm talking about Brianna. She would hit Brianna's link, and then go over there and talk her stuff on Brianna's channel. Okay. Brianna really didn't poke her head out of the sand until VS was ordered offline. Okay? And you want to talk about everybody else's past and try to set everybody else up when you set your own self up with IHOP Gate. Why you don't want to talk about that? You act like you was in jail as long as Rob Rack was in jail. So you feel like you got some kind of camaraderie to Rob Rack. And this is the only reason why I'm talking about his interview. That's why his name is in the title of the video. Because you feel like you got some kind of camaraderie with Rob Rack, but you really don't. You wasn't in jail for 8 or 9 months like Rob Rack was in jail, honey. You don't have no camaraderie with him at all. You was in jail, what they say, 3 or 4 days, and then I guess you went to the crazy house on the military base, and they probably ordered you offline, really, so you could take a break as it pertains to your mental health. So did you have to go back into the military hospital and in the military psych ward to get you back on your meds, to recalibrate your meds? Well, because you clearly was out of control. Okay. Now I wasn't here for the Larry Nelson stuff, but the way you did Sean Bradley is I understand the way you did Larry Nelson. I wasn't around for that. You know, that's true, Nashay. When VS left, that's when Brianna grew some. The only reason why she talking about VS the way she talking about her now is because she feel like it's safe. Because if she didn't feel like it was safe, she wouldn't be talking about her now. Okay? And that's just the truth. Yes, right. She got herself locked up. And she is a punk. She is weak. She is a manipulator. But she is also a charlatan. She like the Pied Piper. But like I said, birds of a feather flock together. So when you see all them people over there, that just tells you how much power Satan has over this world right now. Okay? Because we can see that on everyday life. If you look at the news, you know, he is reigning supreme right now, but he get to reign for a little while in the end of days, right? And we are speeding ever faster towards the end of days. We already in it to a certain degree. That's why demons like that get more and more power. But they still get shot down by the righteous. All you got to do is sit back and watch. I learned a long time ago, way before I came online. I learned the hard way. And you really don't have to once you tell the people about a demon, after that your job is done. Then you just gotta sit back and watch. Okay? Sit back and watch them destroy themselves. Because they will. Mm. That's all you gotta do. Like I go, it's about to get got, and VS shaded this. Yeah. She want to climb up off of Ness's back. You know, like the way they used it, that lady over there the other day, that Joanna person. That's the way VS want to use Ness, cause she don't even like Ness, and Ness know it. But I guess she's so happy to be in her presence right now. You know, she going for it. Cause I'd cussed the bitch. I never would have invited her on my panel. She thinks she runs stuff. The demon thinks she runs stuff, but she begging to be on people's panel. If y'all don't agree with me, y'all can add, y'all can ask, me to come on your channel and we can talk about it. Cause she want to wiggle her way. She says she's Mo's 3. Yeah, that's right. She had to say she was Mo 3 because nobody absolutely wasn't fooling with her at first, but she trying to wiggle her way back in here because she done ran through them over there. Because she really ain't never wanted to be nowhere but here because she swears she the queen over here. She swears she moving something over here. Okay? And she know a lot of these new people don't really know her history over here. She know that. They don't know how truly demonic she is. They think she entertaining with her boring ass for whatever reason. Okay? While you over there saying people names, bitch, you know you don't call people names. She even said old girl's name over there. But you still telling half the history, bitch. It's just like you came on here showing a gun and got fired from your job when you was at security. You did that to yourself. Everything she do to herself. Nobody don't have to dox the bitch. She dox herself. She destroy herself. But because she's so manic and crazy, she don't even fucking realize it. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's why so many of these CCs I don't like is because they are chaos. They sure are chaos demons. You can beef without the docs, and you sure can, tropical. I use my words. Can't nobody ever say that I came on here and dox nobody. You know why? Because I don't have to. I can use my words. What you do on the screen is so ratchet, I will drag your ass by what I see on the screen. That's why they don't like me. They don't like to hear the truth. But the thing is, you don't have to like the righteous, honey. The righteous just is what it is. It stands alone. Nobody can ever say I came out of anybody's camp. I didn't even come from over here originally. If it wasn't for me doing Tasha K videos about that crazy lady over there, but it was between her and Lovely Love. I mean, child, Lovely T, and what is that crazy lady's name? That's how me and Nicole Tyler got over here. Hey, just Kimmy, how you doing? Thank you, girl. Sending you my love too. That's how I came over here. Cause she was going down my timeline. Just like Bree that knows who docs for them. That's right, Bree used to docs for VS. Now they got somebody doxing for him. See, really, Brianna is like a bootleg version of VS. Okay? Honestly. If we just keeping it a buck. What she talking about? I don't bother that lady. If I'm so insignificant or whatever, if I'm a nobody, why she over there talking about me? She talking about you, Bison, Bovine, because she trying to get her foot back over here. Why you think she talking about you? Because she's so, that VS woman is so beyond narcissistic, she really don't want to talk about nobody but herself. That's why she keep living in the past, living her glory days. But girl, it ain't never gonna be like that again. You need to move it right along. While you over there trying to rewrite history or rework history, and you talking about the Collins shows. Didn't you get introduced to Sean Bradley by way of the Collins shows via on-site April? Now that's the way I heard it, or something like that. I wasn't over here for all of that. I wasn't even over here for the Sean Bradley Collins stuff. I wasn't here then. Well, LOL, nobody is jealous of Pizza Child. Nobody. Well, that's probably it's got. Who the hell want to be jealous of that illiterate troll? That illiterate troll is so basic. Well, you know, I think VS is jealous of her. Come to think of it, Biggie Face. I really do. For whatever reason. Mm-hmm. She feel like that basic ass troll is, you know, is keeping her from coming back over here and wanting to do what she want to do. Just like she tried to come at Kimmy. Kimmy ignored her ass. Okay, Kimmy said, no, bitch, not today. I don't think so. You won't gaslight me into discussing you, because you know if me and you go back and forth, bitch, you're going to have your whole leg over here instead of just your toe. But Kimmy said, it's a no for me. Sorry about that, Kimmy. I didn't even want to put you in this discussion, but we all saw what she tried to do, and it didn't work. You feel like anybody, hey, Sassy, that's got more viewership over here than you, they are your enemy. Okay? That's what you feel like. Because you're a whole weirdo. And ain't nobody paying no attention to your demonic ass. Y'all had the demon blacked out at first, and little bit at a time, the demon is trying to get a toehold over here again. Okay? But if you bring the demon all the way back, what she want to do is just finish burning the beef sector down. Okay? When a beef sector is trying to build itself back up, she don't like the circle that the beef sector is in right now because she ain't top dog. Now, when I came over here, I'm gonna keep it a buck. She was top dog when I came over here. How I got over here is because of one of her videos. But I feel like if I wasn't talking about Tasha K and I really do believe, you know, Tasha K ain't been the same since she got into it. What is that girl's name? What is that woman's name? And I'll let that she did a video challenge in the graveyard. I really think she put a hex on Tasha K. Oh, I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, that stuff creeped me out so bad. I stopped doing entertainment news. And these heifers be over here talking about numbers and stuff. They really ain't got no numbers. Like for real. They really don't have no numbers. Honestly. Star Marie, thank you, L7. Star Marie really creeped me out. Okay? Cause she with the voodoo stuff for real. Mm-hmm. That Star Marie chick, I said, oh, it's time for me to go. Oh, no, ma'am. That really ain't got no numbers. Years ago, I was over there in entertainment sector. Now I could have stayed over there. That's where all my numbers was coming from. If I really get serious about my channel again, the only thing I'm gonna do is go back to the entertainment sector. Okay. But like I said, you never dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. That stuff got so deep over there that I felt myself getting invested. But I snapped back into reality after that Star Marie stuff. And I think that Star Marie, if it hadn't been for that Star Marie stuff that I start talking about, and I think that's the reason why I was led over here. Because when I came over here, if y'all can remember, VS used to do videos and she used to have the little voodoo dolls in her background. She got mad at me and doxed me because I was talking about her voodoo dolls. Uh-huh. I think they was. Now, I was just playing at the time, but in retrospect, maybe they really was voodoo dolls because we know she a demon. Maybe they really were voodoo dolls. She's so crazy, she don't realize that she is a destroyer of herself. Because when you make a deal with the devil, at the end of the day, you the one gonna pay. People make deals with the devil all the time on this entertainment app and they don't realize it. That's why after a while they be so invested that they start to go crazy. Have y'all noticed that? That's why they try to say it's all about the numbers or it's all about the money. No, honey, that is just not true. It's all about the madness and the chaos. That's what it's all about. Uh-huh. Kimmy said, I genuinely appreciate every single one of y'all all and will never disrespect y'all the way I see some of these people do it. It's gross at Biggie. I know that's right, Kimmy. I know that's right. They be disrespecting the supporters. It's the supporters because of the numbers just rotate from platform. Yeah, you're right about that. Take that troll over there, that hollering ass, illiterate ass troll over there. She was manic the other night, okay? She was manic and crazy. Did she really think I was gonna come back over here and put her name in the video and drag her ass when I drug her and I said what I had to say on James' video because she wasn't worth the video? Did you really think that me and you was going back and forth when I stood up and told everybody that I don't beef no more? I say what I say, I mean what I say, then I move right along. Who the freak do you think you are? Do you think you could ever move me in any way? But you won't even show your face. You talk about everybody else, but you a punk ass bitch like VS because you won't show your face, Pizarro. You ain't worth my time. And then, yes, she did, Kenna, and then turn around and was doing all that manic hollering and screaming yesterday because I guess Rob Rex said her name or something. I don't even know if he did or not. I didn't even know if that was the truth that he threatened her or not. That man it's something wrong with that man mentally. Okay? Give him a week or so, he'll be right back to doing what he was doing before. Something wrong with him. That's just another example of how of the internet can bring these demonic entities in your life and start running you and being obsessed over you, you obsessed over this internet app to where you lose all sense of self. You actually start hating people for real by the words that are coming out of their mouth. You actually want to like call the police on people and get them put in jail and have them go to court for the words that are coming out of their mouth. Mm-hmm. And then the troll was over there, like I said, hollering and screaming and manic about Rob Rack. Rob Rack threatened me. Child, she was so happy that man said her name. If he really said it, y'all gonna have to tell me if he really said it or not. That he really, said it or whatever. It was amazing. And girl, how you gonna try to do an impression of me when you can never be an impression of me? And why are people so worried about my snot mucinex? What the hell is mucinex? I done heard of mucinex, not mucinex. What about your big bovine fat friends mucinex? Okay, send her some mucinex. Okay, and send you some by the way. Cause girl, that asthma is gonna take you out. You a whole weirdo, just like the other chaos demon is. See, these are examples I'm just making, y'all. Okay, and let me talk about this Rob Rack interview before I forget. Thank you, Tropical Punch, once again. Oh, and if y'all like to donate, y'all like my If y'all like this commentary, please don't be afraid to hit that super chat button or that cash app. My cash app is $ Oracle Speaks, capital O, capital S. If somebody could drop me in that chat, I appreciate it. Hey, unapologetically me. I'd appreciate it. And thank you guys for your support when it comes to, your donations supporting me. I don't shout out anybody's name because they don't want to be shout out, and I would never out somebody like that, but thank y'all. Thank you for supporting the righteous. Okay? I'm never going to get over here the numbers that I got. Like, say, for instance, and if y'all go to my main channel, y'all see what I'm talking about. These people ain't making no numbers. I'm too lazy to go back and do all that stuff all over again. But go look at my numbers for the my highest numbers for the entertainment sector. Thank you, Kim Kim. And it supersedes any of these numbers over here. But do I talk about that on a daily basis? No. Why? Because, honey, that is the past. I don't live in the past. Okay. And I wish I would put all that work like I used to put into this YouTube app. Okay. It's some good money at the time, but that's like building your house on sand. Building your house on sand. It's gonna sink after a while. Like, you really have to be invested in this social experiment over here to do some stuff like that. Thank you, Tropical Punch. You really have to be overly invested. And I don't want to put that much time in. Okay. And Nika gonna follow them too, regardless, because she needs to be led. Absolutely, she's always need to be led. But it just tripped me out when VS was talking over concept talking about B-sector history, the history even before she came over here, and Nika was already over here. Nika introduced Sean Bradley and James Caldwell to one another. So how you gonna just cancel out Nika? Huh? It just can't, how I'm coming back. That don't make no sense to me. If you're gonna tell the truth, tell the truth. Thanks, Tropical Punch. It don't make no sense. Don't leave out the most important parts. Don't try to rework it. Why you don't want the new people to know how dirty you are, VS? Huh? And you like the Pied Piper. She really got some kind of control over her. That's why she gets so many numbers over there. Because, like I said, your vibe attracts your tribe. See, at this day and age, there's so much demonic works going on because the devil, is living his best life right now. You don't want to flock. You don't want to hear nothing. It's easy to be led by demons in this day and age. That's why so many people flock to her. But pay attention to what's going on YouTube. For my people that's from the old black sector, I heard that Cynthia G got demonetized. Not Cynthia G. Cynthia G was so popular around here that she was making at least over $100,000 per check. That's how much power Cynthia G had. She got demonetized to the point to where her people and had to start another channel up to where her people got a GoFundMe for Cynthia G. They snatched her monetization away from her because of all that chaos demon stuff that and VS thinks she's somebody. Girl, you ain't nobody compared to a Cynthia G. She is even a bigger demon than you are, girl. She got over 100,000 followers. Okay? And even Nyla got her channel demonetized. See, I did a New Year's video. I think it was about 2020. I think it was 2020. If I can find it, I'm going to put it back on there. I know that's right, child. I agree with that. I did a video, I think it was about 2020, when I said the charlatans we are coming into the age of Aquarius, and the charlatans are going to start exposing themselves. They're going to be exposed for the unrighteous stuff that they do. I did that video and I just sit back and watch. Now, I ain't an oracle, and that is not why I call myself oracle. I have said why I call myself oracle before. It's not because I am a seer. I am not a seer. I am a very good observer. And little by little, these charlatans are exposing themselves, and because they got this cult, like they have the ability to make people follow them, weak people follow them, because birds of a feather do flock together. But the people don't have to turn on them and destroy them. They destroy themselves. Little by little, they destroy themselves. All you got to do is sit back and watch. Biggie Face said VS is only embarrassed that her interview is absolutely a rock. Let me tell you why that interview was a flop. Okay, number one, if we're keeping it a buck. Now, Rob Rack said he was clout chasing, right? Let's talk about it. Rob Rack said he was clout chasing. And I agree that he was clout chasing. He was. But I really, on some level, think he liked Tracy for real. Do you see what I'm saying? I think he liked Tracy for real on a certain level. Now, Rob Rack is such, I think he mentally ill, and I think to make him feel normal, he has to drink. You see what I'm saying? And because he is such a drunk, a lot of the stuff that went on between him and Tracy, he don't even remember it. He was over there making up shit. He was making it up because he don't remember half of it. And what grossed me out about that MU chick is when she said Tracy smelled like mustard, and Rob went and said that she don't smell like mustard for real yesterday. He was making that up too, like he made it up when he said when Tracy went to take a shower, she took her wig off, but she kept the cap on. Now you know good and well you made that up, Rob. You know good and well you made that up. Because if that girl got in the shower and took her wig off, you best believe she went in the bathroom and locked the door and then did that. Took her shower, came back and put her head net back on and her wig back on. And when she came out the shower, she had her wig back on. Why would she take it off in front of you? That don't even make sense. You was making it up. You was trying to be salacious for the interview. She kept your ass on there for over 4 hours. She said, I'm getting my money. I'm getting my $500 worth. He over there ain't remembered half of it because he was drunk the whole time, just making up stuff. Okay? Now, I didn't hear this part because I was in and out. Yeah, the lies and inconsistencies made the interview bad. You're right, Dreamy, because you know why, Dreamy? He was lying and being inconsistent because he couldn't remember half of it. He could not remember half of it. That's the reason why. He said he'll say anything. He will say anything. That's why he didn't mind sitting up, because he was just making up shit as he go for good and evil. Because he didn't remember half of it because he was drunk. He's a drunk. He wanted them blackout drunks. And you can tell. That's the reason why he kept getting arrested like that. Because like I said, at the end of the day, he is using that alcohol to mask his mental illness. And he really need to go get some help. And he does say stuff to be funny, like what he loved to say, he the internet sex symbol or this and all of that, child. And then let me tell you something, Rob. If you gotta say out of your mouth that you are narcissistic, honey, you are not narcissistic. Okay? You have low self-esteem. That is crazy. Y'all gotta I love words, and y'all really gotta pay attention to what these people are saying, because it don't make no sense. I'm like, wait, what did he say? Oh, child. The only reason for the interview was because she wanted to embarrass Tracy. But well, and that too, that I agree with that. And for good and even, like I said, she trying to dip her toe back over here. That's also the reason why she wanted to do that interview, because she know that a lot of beef sector people was gonna be watching, because Tracy is so popular over here. That's another reason why she wanted to do it. Pay attention to what's going on. Mm-hmm. But girl, you're not running nothing but your demented ass mouth. Okay? And your life is spinning out of control again, VS. You need to go back to that VA mental hospital, and get your meds calibrated again, because you looking real crazy out here. Okay? Charlie said he can get any woman. Did he, Biggie Face? Wow. Interesting. Child. My God. Mm-mm-mm. A lot of them men over there probably use Tracy for clout. But Tracy be using them too. She be using them too on some level. She don't care about them. Not like that. Not for real. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Child. Mm-mm. She wanted to outdo Nesta. Yes, she did. We see yes, absolutely. She wanted to absolutely outdo Nest numbers. Yes, she did. And you know that Holland troll over there about to lose her mind about that about Ness's video or whatever. Child. What I will say, Tracy had hit that man. She better be thankful for him not knocking her out or something. And I don't even know. You know what? He had like that hurt his feelings because Tracy punched him. I said, child, Now I don't know who that is. Dreamy said, Miss O, what about his lie about Octavius? I don't know who Octavius is. Is Octavius that one that used to stand behind him and stuff, and now he done grew? Cause it sounded like he was saying goodbye to Rob Rex. Is that the guy? Am I talking about the same guy? That's right, Biggie Face. She need to fix herself up. You know why she can't do that? Because she's, her meds need to be recalibrated again. So that is who good and evil. Okay. Now I don't know what lie he told on him because I really don't follow it. Like y'all know I don't follow that situation like that. You know what I mean? But it sounds like he feels salty because the guy, while Rob Rex was in jail, the guy, start realizing that he could stand on his own 2 feet. You know, kind of like how VS, she was running the beef sector before she destroyed herself and got put in jail for 3 days, not 3 months, 3 days. Okay, kind of like that sort of situation. And I guess he's salty about it. The guy don't need him no more. One thing he did say, he do not believe in domestic violence. Right, right. Yeah, that's good on his behalf if he don't believe in domestic. All he do is talk crap. So when that troll was over there hollering and screaming, Pizarro about, he threatened me, girl. You was so happy that man said your name, or VS said your, or whoever said your name. Yeah, I don't even know the story behind it because I didn't hear it. So I didn't know if she was just lying or not. I had no idea. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Miss O, what do you think about Joe Biden donating so much money? Well, now that's another whole video, child. Bye. And I'm actually going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Hamas Israeli war, and how America is joining it. But I think I'm gonna do it, in a in a in a end times revelation, uh, you know, because there are a whole lot of y'all know I like to talk about the Book of Revelations, right? Let me get sidetracked for a minute, and I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do another decoding Revelations video, and I'm gonna put it in context, via the Israeli Hamas war. But as far as Joe Biden, there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. That's right, Miss Serene, Ezekiel 38. That's right. That is exactly what I talk about. Ezekiel 38, as well as the revelations of Gog Magog. Absolutely. My own type of conspiracy theory, because y'all know when I spin my conspiracy theories, they be accurate. They don't be like that Pizarro over there talking nonsense and spreading misinformation. But you are right, Shireen. I want to talk about Ezekiel 38. I also want to talk about Gog Magog. Even go back as far as Japheth and Noah. But I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'm gonna do it Sunday. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even know if I want to do it, go deep diving into that, because I don't know if people can follow along. But I really would like to do that kind of video. Absolutely. We don't have a criminal record with anything about domestic violence. Yeah, no, Hershey. You talking about Rob Rat. Thank you, Crafts and Howard Leela. I appreciate you guys also being part of the replay gang. That means a lot to me. But anyway, as far as that Rob Rat interview go, it was a bust. Because like I said, he can't even remember half of it. I'm glad he didn't hit Tracy back. I don't like Tracy. I think it's crazy when Tracy put herself in situations that are not so safe. But she know what she's doing. She a grown woman. So if it was a problem, you know what I mean? I'm sure she wouldn't do it or whatever. But I wasn't impressed by the interview, and VS do feel a way about people saying that that interview was a bust. She do feel a way about it. You know what I mean? Truth be told, she feel a way. That's why she said, did y'all hear over there saying, you know, if you want your money back, you can get it back if you didn't like the interview and all this and that. And was she really asking questions about Tracy's for JJ? Was she really doing that? Because like I said, I peeped in and out a couple of times, but I wasn't finna you know, spend my day listening to that madness. Not to mention that I was doing something else. Y'all know I do a lot of other types of work, but I was listening back and forth. Oh, did she really in the shade? Now, see, I didn't hear that part, but I heard Kwani say it. I didn't know if it was the truth or not. To be quite honest with you, I dropped the link in case anybody want to hit the link. He can't. We agree. Tracy saw how Rob was before she left Texas. She is as much to blame. Yeah, absolutely. She's a grown woman. You know, she choose to, you know, move the way that she moved. You know, and so, you know, y'all know I'm all about accountability, and I'm glad she didn't get hurt in that situation. You know what I mean? But she a grown woman. She got a right to move the way she want to move. Yes, Miss O. She wanted to know all about you. Wow, that is so sick. Do you realize how sick that is for good and evil? Why would you ask? You a woman and you gonna ask questions about another woman's for JJ? Oh, she said President Joe Biden did help student loans. Please do your research. Oh, you must be talking to somebody in the chat, Hershey. She asked, was it? That's what Kwani said. Nayshay. I was like, what the world? Do you realize how sick that is? Child. Did she want to nibble on Tracy's for JJ? Is that what her problem? Is that why she was asking them type of questions? Because I can't see why one woman would be so invested in another woman's for JJ. That is, I'm confused, child. Mm-mm. 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 Hershey, what are you talking about? We're not talking about that in this. We like I said, I'm gonna come back and do another video on politics if you want to talk about that then, okay? I was embarrassed when she asked that. Like she should have been embarrassed her own self. Mm-mm. 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 Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. But as far as Hershey go, I like everybody know I like to talk about politics and religion. I don't do it so much now because with this circuit of YouTube, child, nobody really don't want to do nothing but cuss each other out. But I am going to do a video about that war. I'm gonna have to. Hmm. And what was wrong with him? He was high and crazy, and just got out of jail. Absolutely, Biggie. Yeah. Shaka can't keep saying politics. You know what, Shaka King, I would have to agree with you on that to a certain extent, absolutely. Because they put it out to the public what they want the public to see. And these days people are so shallow. You know, the Bible, look at what's going on in America right now. And I'm not going to start talking about this, but when it comes to America, when it comes to the US, you know, in the Bible say in the end that what the Bible says a house divided cannot fall. And I heard somebody ask the question on another platform, what role does the U.S. play in this in relation to Revelations? When the Bible's talking about a house divided against itself will not stand or will fall, I believe they're talking about the U.S. because this country is so divided right now, it can't even choose an appropriate Speaker of the House for the Republican Party because they're so dirty. They keep wanting to usher in just another Trump talking head. Like that Jordan guy. Trump would be running him behind the scenes. That's why they don't want him to be Speaker of the House, because he's going to be worse than McCarthy. They are crazy, insane. This country is divided against itself. You know, a lot of this stuff has been going on for decades. The only difference is that it's online now. I agree, child by. But there is a place for this country in the book, in the end times, uh, in the book of Revelations. But I think as it pertains to the U.S., that's what the that's who I believe they're talking about, the U.S. when they say a house divided can't stand, and so yeah, because these so-called lawmakers, the leaders of the so-called free world, they are divided and cat piss crazy, and there's a reason for that. I mean, it doesn't mean he isn't violent towards women. Rob says some hard. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that the stuff that come out of his mouth, I can't believe people are supporting him. That's ridiculous for good and evil. hmm But if you know what, child, I am all for segregation, but they wouldn't let us have no peace. They would not let us have no peace. Would not. Would not. We see a perfect example of that with Black Wall Street. Them black folks was, trying to mind their business, run their had their money circulating amongst themselves. Them other people had to come in and bomb it because they were so jealous. So that segregation really wouldn't work for us as it pertains to this country. Uh-uh. They wouldn't let us have no peace. Mm-mm. That's one reason why Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were on opposite sides of the aisle when it comes to segregation. You know, true, but we were not weak. No, no, you're absolutely right. We're not weak like the answer. Well, see, in one way you're right, but in another way you're wrong, because as it pertains to the so-called black community, the state of affairs right now, as it pertains to this community, because a lot of the people that weren't weak have died off. These young people, they would really they would rather assimilate themselves. They would rather feel like they are a part of the so-called dominant society because they don't know no better. They don't know that they are not a part of the dominant so-called dominant society, and that dominant society know more about some of us than we know about them. That's another reason why, because overall this black community is weak, and it was decimated by things that were not our choice. But if you feed into it, that's what happened. All they have to do is plant a seed and let it grow, and it'll grow into a weed, and the weed will outgrow the wheat. I did a video a while back years ago about seed time and harvest, about the weed in the tare, the wheat in the tare. That's a perfect example of what go on in the so-called black community. You know, well, Biggie Face, it ain't about that. It ain't about. See, here's the thing: a lot of people try to get the man mixed up with the message, but we are all human, and we all fall short of the glory of God. And whatever He wants to do can never dismantle the progress that He made in this country as it pertains to black people. It don't matter who we want to lay down with, in my opinion. The group I study with pay attention to the feast and holidays and the alignment of what happened in the skies as God told us to watch. You're right about that, because He says at the end of days, just before Jesus returns, you're supposed to look to the sky, because a lot of bad things are going to happen. The four horsemen will be riding, and don't look down, look up, look to the sky. So you're right, Mr. Ring, absolutely. At the beginning, we have one, but it's on life support. It's on life support. Because, see, the issue is with stuff like the internet, they always talk about the bad, right? They don't, but there are a lot of people and a lot of black peoples in this community that are doing a lot of good things. But that's never talked about, you know. to the where you port, and then Hershey, what about the black people that support a open racist like Trump, like for so yeah. And it didn't just start with him. So yeah, thank you, youngest. I think if we could remove the good, for nothing black for our community, we would be better. It's a whole generation of them, right? And they are the ones that get the publicity. But there's also a generation of them that are really doing progressive things, you know. And so, yeah. So I would have to agree to some degree. You too, Shireen. Yep. So, but like Shireen said, you really have to look to the sky and follow the signs. But if you are truly in the righteous, as we get closer and closer to the end of days, because I do believe that we have been in the age of Aquarius for a long time. But if you are truly, and I don't think I will see these harsher days, I won't live that long. But for the young people behind you, you really have to, because they try to take our lights out, the true lights. They're trying to take them out. The evil one is trying to take them out when they are young, so they won't have time to glow. But the darkness always flourishes. But the light, there's always darkness before the dawn. And at the end times, the light is going to shine brighter it's going to drown out the darkness. We know that. But what you don't want is for the darkness to take snuff out the light before it has time to shine brightest. If y'all know what I mean by that. And that's a lot. They push all these weirdos, these chaos demons onto young people. Like that one that what is her name? Sexy Red or something like they push that stuff forward because they want black women. They really want to get rid of black women. That's what they really want to do. Because you bring forth the seed. And I don't know how I got on this subject, but I'm gonna get off of it. I know that. Because this ain't that video. But anyway, yeah. I do too. That's why I like to leave it. Oh, thank you, Tropical Punch. But we're gonna have another video about that. I'll come back and talk about it. But y'all making me get sidetracked. Want to talk about some real stuff as opposed to this nonsense. Because the world is about to come down around our heads, and black folks only want to come online and do stuff like this. They don't want to have the real conversations. And by the time it start actually coming down, when it comes to the black community, that's why black people is always last to find out something, because they like to drown out a whole lot of reality. People don't realize that black people have been traumatized since our ancestors were brought over here on boats. All you got to do is listen to the teachings of Dr. Joy DeGruy. She called it post-traumatic slave syndrome. And because it is trauma in our DNA, we like to drown out a lot of reality-based situations as it pertains to us, and also as it pertains to the plight of our people. And I'm talking about black people via the diaspora, not just only in the US. Because I truly believe, thank you, Joyce. I truly believe that we were set apart for a reason. And the reason why, there are a whole lot of reasons why things are going on between Hamas and Jerusalem right now and Israel right now. But nothing is ever going to be realized until the true Hebrews are ushered back into Jerusalem. But that's a video for another day. I'm gonna leave it alone. I know that a lot of blacks from other countries look down on American blacks. Well, I think that it's for a reason, Child Bly. Child Bly. I think that we were hidden in this country for a reason. See, it's good that they look down on us. It's good that they have low expectations of us because that's how it's supposed to be right now. But you also got to realize that their 400-year reign is over. So yeah, tropical. I was raised in church, and my kids and grands, and I'm grateful because I've never had a problem with them. I heard that, youngest. See, nobody even want to say the name of Jesus anymore. It's out of fashion. Okay, and you got to wonder why that is. Why is it that nobody wants to plead the blood anymore? Why is it that nobody want to talk about the real power? You know, you got to think about that. You got to think about it. But you got other races of people that are being elevated based on what they learned from us. Even when it comes to religions that people deem evil, like voodoo and the Catholics, they took some people's true religion and turned it against them. Do you know how powerful blood is? That's why if you really, when you really get into some people that really get into voodoo, they know that the strongest magic is blood magic. That's why they don't want you to plead the blood of Jesus anymore. Because all you got to do is say the word. They say when you pray, you plead the blood. There's a reason for that. You know, ain't that something, child? By I hate how they demonize voodoo and customs about. You're right, but they did it for. They demonized it, Saint City, but they work it in the background. Just like the Catholics, they do Catholicism up top, but down in the basement, they doing voodoo. In my opinion, the blood of the lamb. That's right, Joyce. Mhm. Mhm. But like I said, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a video. It's gonna be another one of my decoding the book of Revelations video. But we're gonna talk about Ezekiel 38, and we're gonna talk about the Gog Magog war. And I hope y'all come back for that. Some of y'all anyway. And I don't want to go thank you, Nashay, over anybody's heads, but I feel like it's my duty to let folks know like what's really going on. Because what's going on right now in this world is actually supposed to be going on. Even when it comes to Russia. Even when it comes to Russia. Why would Russia now be friends with the Iranians? That don't even make sense. But it does make sense as it pertains to the end times. Because it's all in the book of the Revelations. Thank you, Chakra King. I'm gonna try to do it Sunday, youngest. I'm gonna try to do it Sunday. But my problem is always uh how to word the content and put it in a simplified form so that everybody can get the message. That'd be my problem. You know. So yeah. So yeah. You right about that, child. By they want to take everything to just drain you dry. You know. And then after they drained you dry and they dead and gone, they even want to grind up your bones and use it in soap and take your skin and make lampshades out of it. That's how much they want your power. Do you know who they did like that? Somebody tell me who they did like that. Who they did that to? After they killed him, they ground his bones up and used his skin for lampshades and stuff. They want to stuff their pillows with your hair instead of cotton. Let me put up my what you call it. Who is this? Okay, you want to keep the camera on or turn it off, baby? Your hair look good, but I see you. I'm gonna bring you up. Okay.
Good afternoon, Miss Olivia.
Hey, Joyce.
You know what? The reason I came up here is because I've been watching a lot of the Bible stories,
Uh huh.
but that doesn't seem to be enough. I have a craving for more truth, and I don't know if it's because of the we're in the last days for real, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not enough to feed. I know I got to read the word more,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a need that I have to just know more about. I call him Yeshua,
Uh huh.
the Christ. I call him
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua, but I'll say Jesus. But I just
You can
have
say
a
whatever you call him. What he got? He go by many names.
yes, yes. But there is
Yeah.
such a hunger and a thirst and a need to know beyond what you know people have put out here. I have my
Yeah.
own relationship, but I don't know if it's just me, but I think a lot of us are seeking more than what they're just given or just
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then I mean, people always want to hide a Christ consciousness, right? So
Mhm.
what you are speaking, what you already have is a Christ consciousness. So what you can do, something real basic that you can do, is because everybody got a different understanding what Christ consciousness is, and that's because of the personal relationship. And you are talking
Mhm.
about growing your own personal relationship with Christ or with God, you
Mhm.
know, with the God Almighty Creator. That's what you're doing. But what's something that you can do is you can get your Bible, and before you open your Bible, you pray on it and you plead the blood and you ask for understanding.
Mhm.
And as you're reading, if you notice, sometimes when you read, there's a reason why sometimes when you read the Bible you get sleepy. It's
Right.
because the devil don't want you to gain that type of knowledge, because that type of knowledge is true power.
I think it's
It's
gonna
true
have
power.
to be just I know we all need to make more time with him, but I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do like a how do you say just a session, a daily session because I
Yeah.
don't know if he's trying to tell me something, but I have a a inkling or something. There's a need in me right
I
now.
bet he is. Well, didn't it sound like he is trying to tell you something?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's something that he wants you to do, you know. Because
Yeah.
especially if it keep gnawing at you and gnawing at you, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because it ain't easy being a righteous. It's a daily struggle. You know what I
You know
mean?
what I mean?
And then a
Yes.
lot of people get it mixed up because it's a trick when they tell you that you got to be perfect to come to have a Christ consciousness. That's a lie. The only thing you got to do is be you, because we all fall short of the glory of God.
Right. And
Nobody
we're
else,
human.
no, none of us humans can
we're
sit
not
at the
gonna
right
we're
hand
not
of
gonna
Jesus.
reach his we're not gonna reach his level because he was perfect even
That's right.
in this human flesh. He didn't know any
Yep.
sin, but we were
Yep.
born into sin, so we're
Right.
not gonna be perfect. But I don't know, I'm just like it
You
started
know the
out I
scripture.
would go to sleep watching the 10 Commandments. I love that movie,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, I've studied history. I've been looking back at the Ottoman Empire, just seeing, going back in the
Mm-hmm.
different BCs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something is going on, Miss Olivia. I know we're
What's going on is you done tapped into that Hebrew, honey, and it's trying to come out of you, and you searching for it, and you can't. You just know it's something missing, and you don't know what it is.
right. Yes, I haven't yet stumbled upon it, but I'm just looking at so many different things because I recently moved back to Texas, but I was in Louisiana and I saw a crescent moon. And
Mm-hmm.
that speaks of like the old Ottoman Empire, so that made me start studying on that, which brings us to
Mm-hmm.
modern day Turkey. So
Yep.
I believe in the word of God, but I
Ooh, girl, when you said
also
modern day Turkey, Joyce, I want you to come over here when I do that decoding revelations as it pertains to Israel and Hamas, and
uh
Gog and Magog coming from the north. Okay, and part of Gog and Magog, which is Magog is just simply in today's times, different countries that come together under the banner of Satan. And Turkey
Uh-huh.
is one of them. Russia is one of them. Turkey is one of them. Iran is one of them. You know,
Yes.
but they're all going to come together to rise up against true
They're
Jerusalem, right?
they're the 10 toes of the statue that Ezekiel was talking about, or was that
Right,
Daniel?
right,
Yeah,
right,
I
right. That's what I want to
I've
talk
been
about.
studying that too, Miss
Yep,
Olivia. I'm telling you.
yep. That's what I want to talk about. That is exactly what I
Hmm.
want to talk about. But never true Jerusalem can never truly be realized until the true Hebrews and this is my theory, y'all, return, and we are not going to be fully immersed into the last days. We won't have that Gog Magog war, that second Gog Magog war. All these enemies coming up against true Jerusalem until the true Jews are put back where they supposed to be. Because them Ashkenazis, they ain't doing nothing but dancing around in the synagogue of Satan. But they're supposed to be there right now. They keep talking about where they returned home after the war in 1948. Now listen, no,
Yeah, I
truths
was
of
listening to
Jerusalem
something
have
that I
not
was
been
listening to
realized. That the true Jews have not the true Jews, the true Hebrews have not been returned to Jerusalem yet. Do you see what I'm saying?
that.
And
Well,
so if
I
you
was
get that inkling in your spirit, it's really just the Lord trying to tell you something, because He is going to be preparing His warriors, because we are in a fight. We are in a fight, and we know that we don't fight human beings. We fight demons and principalities, right?
right.
And you don't never know if He wants you to pick, if you're supposed to pick up a sword or not. Because why else would you be studying that? You got to think about it. What is it that He want me to do? You know?
That's true.
And you
Tropical.
even got a background in military. You don't even know if you're supposed to be a warrior or not.
Oh well, I was told that I was a warrior, not just in everyday life, but well, I have an aunt that's a pastor, and she
Mhm.
said I had a warrior spirit.
Mm. Ain't that something? No, it ain't
Yeah.
funny, girl. I take that stuff seriously.
No,
I take it seriously.
well,
Hmm.
I have violent tendencies, and I'm quick to cuss out sometimes, but I'm a
That don't
warrior
even matter.
I'm a warrior when it comes to my family. I'm a warrior when it comes to my children. I'm a warrior
Right.
when it comes to those that I love. But
Because you
I
know why? Because it's about your spirit. It's about your soul. That's if you're a warrior down to your soul, you know what I mean? And it
Mhm,
comes, some people can truly see that. They can get that vibe from you. Do you see what I'm
mhm.
saying? And that's why you have
Yeah.
moved the way that you have moved in this world, because the only thing that God is doing is preparing you. See, when we go through a whole bunch of drama and if you really if it wasn't something, think about this. If you are a person that go through this world and nothing ever really happens to you, good or bad, you can be real evil and nothing will happen to you. Have you
Mhm.
noticed that evil people, they live a long time, right? But
Girl,
if you are truly the righteous, you will go through all types of trials and tribulations, and it is because He is preparing you for a war. And I truly believe that.
I believe that too, because I'm telling you, it's been a Miss Olivia, not to go so much in my past, but just the
Hmm.
way I was born into this world, I was fighting
Yeah.
before I got in here. So
Right.
I've been fighting for 48 years.
Right.
Tropical
Right.
Bunch said, Joyce, read your Bible more than you be on YouTube in this mess, and you will be. I'm not even gonna take that as a. I'm not even gonna take that as a backhand comment. Tropical Punch, if you've been following me for the last couple of months, ma'am, I've actually been taking care of my daughter more so than fighting on YouTube.
That's right, Shaka King. Shaka King Joy says, spiritual warriors, absolutely. Art of mental warfare, spiritual warfare. That's right, because see, it's not about our flesh, it's about
Right.
our spirit. That's why the devil wants your spirit. He wants you to sell yourself to him. Do you see what I'm saying? He wants your
Mm-hmm.
spirit. He ain't worried about your flesh. He worried about your spirit. Because we
Right.
know that in the last days, in the days of the 144,000, God's warriors are going to rise up even from the grave. You can be alive, and you're going to be ascended. You know what I mean? But if
Mm-hmm.
you are a warrior, even in the grave, you are going to rise up to fight that last battle, because the Bible say that Jesus ain't coming back as the lamb, he's coming back as the lion. because the devil ain't been defeated. The devil really ain't in hell right now. He ain't been thrown into hell. There's
No,
going to
because
be
he
the
is
last
working
battle.
on this earth. But I tell you
Yeah.
what, Miss Olivia, and God knows I feel this way in my heart. I can't wait till Yeshua the Christ comes and puts his foot on the enemy's head, because it's
Mhm.
so many lives taken for no reason. And
Yeah.
we all have a born date and a death date, but
Yeah.
the way he is roving to and fro on this earth,
Mhm.
hurting
Mhm.
the people of God. I can't wait till
Yep.
he busts his tail wide open. I
Yeah,
came
he's
to the,
reigning right now, and he think he's stamping out the righteous by putting them in the ground, but he really not.
mm-mm,
He just. If he try to stamp out your light, he can't see. He can't move your spirit. You got to give
mm-mm,
your spirit. You got to give your soul to him. He can't take it just cause he want it. You know what I mean? He can put you in the
true,
ground, but he ain't never gonna be able to have your soul unless you give it to him, whether you here on top of the dirt or under it. He can't take
right,
your soul unless you give it to him. See, that's the
true,
trick. So he can reign supreme all he want to, because we already know how the battle ends.
right,
We
exactly.
already know how the
And
battle ends.
another thing, a lot of people say, well, people aren't saved, or it's something to that fact. But I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this: God has given us a choice, and He said, if
Mm-hmm.
you accept His Son,
Right.
then you'll have a space in heaven. That's why I don't feel like I'm going to hell, because I accept Jesus.
Nobody can't judge you. The Lord know what's in your spirit. He know what's in your soul. It don't matter. Let me tell you something. I can cuss better than a sailor. Do you hear me? But I know that I am the righteous. It ain't a matter
Mm-hmm.
whether I cuss or not. It ain't about that.
Right.
It ain't a matter if I'm on my knees 24 hours a day. It ain't about that. Hey, Cruiser. Cruiser tell you it ain't about that. That's the world trying to judge you. The world trying to keep you away from your relationship with God. See, the trick is we ain't supposed to be perfect because we was born in sin and we gonna die in it. He can't
Mm-hmm.
do nothing with you if you perfect. What can he do with you if you perfect? See, I
Right.
don't let that stuff. Now I used to, but I don't let that stuff weigh me down no more because I am exactly who I am supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I know that I am strong. I know that I am the righteous. I know that I am undefeated when it comes to being something be able to move, trying to move me in the wrong direction, move my soul in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no, you can't do that to me. I'm too old. I've been through too many trials and tribulations. I've been tested too much. I be
Right.
tested on a daily basis, because I'm not one of them people that go through life and nothing don't happen to me. I'm tested on a daily
Well,
basis. I
I
almost lost my mind when I start losing my mama and my daddy and my grandmama all in a matter of years. You know what I mean? But God
ooh.
gave me a backbone, and the backbone wasn't mine. The backbone was actually my husband. Do you see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
him, I would have lost my mind because I am literally the oldest person in the family on my mama's side. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm. So you are now the matriarch.
I'm the matriarch in
Mm-hmm.
my 50s, and it ain't supposed to be like that. That's not
Mm.
natural. It's not supposed to be like that. you
When I
know.
tell
But I
you,
have been, tested by fire. I really have, and now I understand all that stuff that my grandmama used to try to teach me, and now I
mm-hmm.
know why she used to try to teach me the stuff that she's teaching me because she knew that one day I was going to be the one. I was going to be the head of the family.
True. And see,
You know.
when you say I almost lost your mind, I lost an uncle this past April, and then a
Mm,
cousin 2 years ago in September. This made the second year this past September. And Miss Olivia, when I tell you I was losing my mind, because I take deaths real hard.
yeah.
And I was like, I lost my adoptive mother when I was 9.
Mm,
So we hadn't had big deaths except for my great grandmother and my great grandfather. We hadn't had big deaths like that, in years. Our family had been blessed to not lose anyone, but now
yeah.
we started losing them. And
Yeah.
I was like, you can't lose your mind. That they're number one, they're not here to go through what we may go through. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So but when you say almost lost your mind, losing family members, I've
Hmm.
been there. even
Yeah,
as far as this year.
yeah. Let me answer this question. Now this is a stupid question because I don't. You clearly are a new person to my channel. They say, Miss Olivia, are you the provider in your marriage? No, honey, I'm not. Why do you think I'm at home all day?
Oh Lord,
I
have mercy.
retired early. I retired early on purpose. I couldn't do that if I was a provider in my marriage. I
Now that.
retired early because I had a lot of stuff going on, Joyce, in my mind.
Mhm.
And my husband said, hey, you're going to have to do A, B, C, and D.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to. I go back to work today if I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not supposed. I'm not supposed to be doing that right now. And another reason why um it is not so hard on my husband is because we don't have children. So no, I am not the provider in my family. Just saying. Because if I was, I wouldn't be sitting here right now on YouTube at
Right.
1:46 Eastern Standard Time, honey. I would
Because
be
you're the
at work.
matriarch doesn't make you the provider. Those are two
No,
different things.
yeah, that just means I'm the oldest person in my family on my mama's side.
Yeah.
you know. And so yeah. But it ain't supposed to be that way. Cause my mama is still supposed to be here.
Mhm.
And my daddy's still supposed to be here, in my opinion. But God had other plans. And my
Yeah.
grandmama knew that, you know.
But we
She knew
could,
that.
y'all, we getting ready to go through something. All we can do is stay close to God, and like
That's
I
all.
say, ending all my lives, stay
Yeah,
blessed and stay safe. But I also say, because the greatest commandment is to love.
that's right.
We can't get in the kingdom of heaven hating and having ought towards each other.
That's right.
Yes, we're in the beef sector, but honey, the
Yeah.
beef sector ain't got nothing on the word of God and what He says for us to
Not
do.
nothing. And then when you say you love somebody, people, even people you don't know, people really be thinking, well, you don't even know that person. How do you love them? When I say I love y'all, I mean I'm talking about the love of God, because that
Yeah,
is what I am commanded to do. I don't know you personally, and
exactly.
I might not even like your online persona, but I am required to love
Mhm.
you in a godly way when it comes to a Christ consciousness. So that's what I mean when I say love y'all.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, we're commanded. That's the ultimate commandment right now is to
Right.
love your neighbor as you do yourself. And your
That's
neighbor,
right.
we're in the B sector, child. We got a lot of neighbors that we don't like personally,
Right.
but or their persona, like you said on here. But
Right.
I'm still commanded to love them anyway with the love of
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In a Christ, as it pertains to a Christ consciousness, if you know that that is what we are required to do, I don't have to like you. There's even, but
Right?
in your own personal life, right? I ain't gotta like you to love you as it pertains to a Christ consciousness. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gotta like you to love you. I ain't gotta like even a racist, but I ain't gotta dwell on hate. I ain't gotta think you about you to the point to where I'm gonna lose my mind and I'm gonna
Mhm.
hate you and I'm gonna want to go out and get a gun and shoot up the Walmart. No, why would I do that?
Woo. And that's why I said he's roving to and fro to see who he can kill, steal, and destroy and
Hmm.
devour. Well,
That's
let me
right.
drop
And
down.
devour.
I got some stuff to do. Thank you so much, Miss Olivia,
Okay.
for letting me
Thank
come
you for
up. I
popping on,
appreciate it.
Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate you coming up to speak today, baby. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
All righty. But yeah, Joyce is right, y'all. And y'all see what Cruiser say. It's all about your personal relationship. You can't let the world dictate your personal relationship when it comes to the Almighty God. You can't let the world tell you that you're not a Christian or you don't believe in God. You can't let the world tell you that because they're trying to send you down the wrong path, and that ain't working. That ain't working for you. Don't never let the world dictate your righteousness or even your unrighteousness. You even got to have your mind when you're working with the evil one. That don't make no sense. Better think about it. Stop letting people use these chaos demons to sell you down, take you down a road that you can't come back from. Don't do that. That's why I don't get invested. Because I got to get invested in my real life. Now I come on here and I be petty and I be messy. But what I won't be is invested. Because when you get invested, you have stuff like that cat piss crazy demon over there. And a whole lot of people are perfect examples of people being too invested in this unreality world. That's what I call it. Because when you come online, this should not be your reality. You got whole people living whole delusional lives online, because they choose to believe the lies that people are telling them. You got perfect examples of that in the beef sector. Delusional. Flat out delusional. And it's funny to me, but because I be like, okay. But when I see it and I want to speak on it, I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's why I don't beef no more. I just come on here and do my commentary. Because it's funny to me. Living whole delusional lives. They have to lose their mind, all manic and stuff. All crazy. There's something that I heard this morning that made me say, huh? Huh? Are you serious? Child. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But I ain't got time to be messy right now. But y'all be looking forward to that video I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another decoding the book of Revelations, and I'm hoping to do it Sunday, and we're gonna talk about what's going on between there's Israelis and Hamas, but we're gonna talk about it in the context of Ezekiel 38, the Gog Magog war, and also the prophecies of the book of Revelations. That's what we're gonna talk about it in that context, you know, because when it comes to the news, that ain't even what you be needed to know, Not I mean, so it's somewhat what you need to decode. You need to really see what it is that you're looking at. Hey, Food Junkie. Food Junkie said a lot of people are too invested in this. Absolutely, Food Junkie. And it shows by them inserting themselves in everybody. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree, Food Junkie. And be really invested in somebody else's life, like they can move something for real. That's a sign of mental illness, Food Junkie. Child. No, ma'am. And be trying to mask it with other stuff. When you on them talking about on here listening to these fools talking about it's about the numbers or it's about the money or it's about that. No, that ain't even really what's going on for real. Some people they only get their power offline and on their channel because they feel like they got a few followers. That ain't child, that is not logical. That don't make sense. But they so overly invested and mentally ill to where they a king or a queen on here online instead of in your actual world. Can you run your world as good as you run your channel? That's the trick of it. That's when you're successful, when you can run your world like that. Your reality. You on here in fantasy land. Ain't nobody got time for fantasy land. I don't. I come on here to be messy. Unless I'm talking about something that's real. But everything else, child, please. Whatever. I don't know these people. It don't make no sense. But anyway, I got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't know how this conversation turned from talking about a cat piss crazy demon in a failed interview to talking about something real, but I'm glad it did. You know what I mean? But I'm glad it did. Cruiser said exactly how does the numbers and cash apps and super chats transfer to your actual life? I know that's right. That is the quote of the day. Because you are absolutely right, Cruz. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. How does it transfer into your reality? How does it even equate? You know, because you really ain't going through nothing online for real. How do you maneuver through reality, through your real world, through your offline world? Why do you think so many people be online doing these 5, 6, and 7 hour lives and stuff? How do you have that much time to invest How can you be stationary that long? I can't concentrate for 5, 6, 7 hours online. I got a short attention span. I can't focus that long about folks that I don't know for real. You know, I got to focus on the people in my reality, in my world. I don't have time. And if you got that much time, then you really need to reevaluate what's going on in your world. Cause child, please, I be doing my best to be consistent on here. Try to be somewhat consistent. You know, that's right, Food Junkie. Channel is thriving, but life in ruins. You right about that, Food Junkie. That's why I took myself up out of the entertainment sector. Yes, I was getting the money. Yes, I was getting the checks. But I'm not fin to let my actual reality be ruined over a social media app. I have to be out of my mind. I don't have time. So y'all will never see me up here doing a live for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Coming on a couple of times a day, splitting like 4-hour intervals up. Who in the world? What? Child, how? How was it possible? Why don't they talk about that? Let's talk about how it's possible to be online that long. And it's a lot of people that do it, not just in this sector, but a whole lot of sectors. Be online all day. Child, I learned the hard way. Instead of trying to play catch up, I get stuff started, like my washing or my cleaning and all of this and all that. And if I take me a break, this is my break right here. When I can do it, when I'm at home. When I'm at home, when I got time. Okay. But anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Joyce, for coming up, because Joyce just pulled that conversation up out of me, didn't she? I wasn't even trying to talk about that. I don't even know if I should retitle this video. But anyway, I hope that you guys will be part of the replay gang. Please hit the like button on your way out the door. For you guys that have been here through the whole video, I hope you got something out of this video today. I'm talking about the real stuff that I was talking about, not the nonsense, because the nonsense is just a good kiki. But if I said something real that helped you in any way, I really appreciate it. And y'all be part of the replay gang. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm hoping to come back Sunday, and do what I said I was gonna do, decoding the Book of Revelations. I'm hoping to come back Sunday and do that. And you guys stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Bye bye. Peace.